This is John Paul Rai. I'm coming to you from Toka, Japan. If you know anything about comic book movies, you know Captain Marvel was a pretty big hit. It did over $1 billion in the box office, supposedly. Now, Captain Marvel 2's coming out, and they got a relatively unknown director. She's not completely unknown, but compared to who they could have gotten, she's very unknown. We'll get into that. The article's by CNET. It's called Captain Marvel 2 reportedly has a new director. Nia DaCosta, the director behind horror film Candyman, is set to take over, Deadline reports. Candyman, by the way, is not out yet. Well, the old one is, but the new one. By the way, CNET seems just a little shilly to me. Not quite sure because I don't read a ton of them, but from what I've heard from people I trust, they're a little bit shilly. Captain Marvel 2 might have just found an exciting new director to take over the Brie Larson starring superhero sequel. Deadline tells us Nia DaCosta is the favorite to take over from Anna Boden and Ryan Fleck, who wrote and directed the first movie and found massive success at the box office, $1.1 billion worldwide, making Captain Marvel the first female-led superhero movie to pass the $1 billion mark. DaCosta reportedly met with Marvel head Kevin Feige over the weekend along with a few other unknown candidates. Megan McDonnell, a staff writer on Disney Plus WandaVision, has reportedly already penned the script for the sequel. Marvel and Disney had no comment. DaCosta would make another impressive director to enter the Marvel Cinematic Universe with indie roots, having paired Tessa Thompson with Lily James in the captivating crime thriller western Little Woods, her debut feature released in 2019. She's got a long history. Going back further, she directed a couple of episodes of excellent British crime drama Top Boy. What's a couple? I'm a couple with my wife. Is 3 a couple? 4? Not 5, not really. Certainly not 10. So she directed like an amount you could count on your hands of some TV show that if you live outside the UK, you probably have no idea what it is, and 2 movies, as far as I know. Maybe some other things. Point is, she's not very experienced to take on this blockbuster movie. Her big new upcoming project is Candyman, a supernatural slasher written by Get Out's Jordan Peele. The trailer is out, and Universal plans to release the movie in theaters at the end of this year. Keep an eye out on that one. I won't. Doesn't sound super interesting. Okay, so here's the big elephant in the room. So if I say I don't like this movie, legitimately, bad plot, bad writing, rushed out, bad characters, bad pacing, legitimate complaints, they call me a racist, and they can call me a sexist. Oh, ignore him. He didn't like the movie. He's a racist and he's a sexist. So he didn't like Captain Marvel and he didn't like the director. So now he's saying there's bad pacing, there's bad characters, there's bad dialogue. But what if it's bad? How can I express my opinion it's bad if I'm just going to be called a racist and a sexist? Captain Marvel 1 wasn't like terrible, but I didn't like it, so I got called a sexist, and a lot of other people did. And that's the problem with 2020 and cancel culture and criticism, is that you can't constructively criticize something without being called some kind of name that implies you don't like the person behind the project, and that's why you don't like the project. I didn't like The Last Jedi and the new Star Wars movies because of a lot of the bad characters, male and female. But they didn't concentrate on the fact that I didn't like the male characters. All they did was call me a sexist that I didn't like the female characters. Finn's character, if you know Star Wars, John Boyega, had incredible potential. But what they did with the character, I hated. So I guess they call me a racist. Because they completely screwed up the character. That's what's going on. So if I say I don't like Captain Marvel 2 when it comes out for legitimate reasons, that's what they do to you. That's cancel culture. That's what's wrong. We need to live in a society where everybody's opinion can come out there and be respected. If your opinion gets backlash, backlash should be based on the things you found wrong that you put out there publicly that you found wrong. But it's not. They defend their movies. Well, they defend them like trolls, like they call us. Or people like me who just criticize the movie. Do I make a few jokes? Yeah, here and there. I make some jokes. Just innocent jokes. About Captain Marvel, Brie Larson, things she's done in the past. She made this movie where she jumped around and she was like everybody's girlfriend in the movie. You know, she did all these like crazy flips and everything. I made fun of it. So, it's a movie you can make fun of. It's not even a very serious movie. But people came around and they say I'm sexist and I hate women. Same thing with Amber Heard. Some people come around, I'm sexist, I hate women because I don't like Amber Heard. Well, I like good women. Let's say like Winona Ryder. I like J.K. Rowling. She's saying some things I agree with and getting heat. I like Kirstie Alley a lot. She's coming out these days as a fighter. She's awesome. If Kirstie Alley was a man, would it matter? No. I'm a big fan of Carrie Fisher. She never did anything wrong. Amber Heard? Different story. Brie Larson? Well, she's no Amber Heard, but I don't like her attitude. Not because she's a woman, because I don't like her attitude. Anyway, you guys, let me know what you think down below. Obviously, you could maybe tell that I have a little bit of history with this subject, Captain Marvel, cancel culture, things like that. If you do too, maybe consider subscribing. If you do subscribe, well, I'll be pretty happy. If you don't, I'll be sad, but I'll get over it. See you next time.